back to Improvement episode number 2. Got a couple more replays to go through because no one else is submitting. Born, you've had a replay, Born. Casted yours, go away. Okay. So, I've kind of just let the start of this game start up. In the top right hand position we do have our pink Terran player, Mr. Hyper. I do believe, I think Poseidon actually submitted the game, so Hyper, he's started up the a Marine. He's gone for barracks and gases, so he's just going to be one racks expanding here. Over to the Zerg side of things, our red Zerg player Poseidon, he's got his hatchery coming down. He's got his pool coming up as well, so again, can't really tell too much from the openings right now, apart from the fact that both these guys are happy to play macro, at least on openings, no kind of one base shenanigans, no proxy racks and all that kind of stuff. So, the pool's going to finish, and you know, Hyper gets a pretty decent scout off on that. If you look at his vision, got a scout on the no gas, he's getting out of there before the kind of links start to come out and you lose that SV. You might want to either take it back home or might keep it to kind of check for the third base throughout the game. Bunker very far forward for Hyper. I mean, like, you don't have to put it back here because if you come up against roaches, you're actually a little bit fucked. But like, if you put it like here, you can actually get your SCVs there in time. If you put it here, it's like, wow, it's a little bit weird. So, the bunker very far forward here. First few links coming out on the map, they're not going to really be able to do too much. There's 6 of them though. Maybe if the Marines were out and they would allow themselves to get around, it'd be bad, but it's not really going to happen. They're in the bunker already, so nice early bunker there from Hyper. Third CC already on the way up for Hyper, just going for that straight off of no gas. So just a very, very, very greedy play from Hyper, and finally, Terran player gets a fast third CC. Again, you don't have to get your third CC this fast, but getting your third CC at 11 minutes is never going to work against it. It could if you do like game ending damage before then, but it's just... Double gas is going down for Poseidon at the 540 mark. It's a little bit earlier than I might expect, but he's not taking a third gas, so kind of doubt that this is going to be any kind of all-inish play. So he's just getting his gases up as normal. He's just going to be able to get up his speed, any kind of tech he might want to get up his lair tech, and so on. He's actually going to be taking a third base here pretty quickly too, so getting the third base up nice and quickly kind of allows him to just do what he wants. I mean, he's going to have his tech coming up and so on. He's not going to all in, and for the Terran player it means he's going to get away with this very greedy play as well. So it's great for the Terran player, it's great for the Zerg, because the Zerg's going to be able to survive probably until Infestors, and we all know what happens when the Infestors come out. So basically I think we can quit out this game now and basically say it should have just 2-raxed. No seriousness, it's going to be a pretty nice macro game. The tech lab coming up for Hype, he's just going into that very standard kind of bio style opening. And he's just going to wall off with this bunker here, so although it's a bit risky in terms of SCV pull distance, it's going to give him a nice little wall here at the front. So Poseidon, he's going to be able to stand over here with the with this lane. Third hatch is 75% of the way done. And his lair's just starting up there in the main base as well. Speed's halfway done too. You know, nothing too crazy at all. As the Terran player's pretty low on units right now, but again, just the Zerg's not doing anything. The Zerg's just taking map control, checking for third base, holding the towers. And Hyper's just going to try and deny this tower play just a little bit, and that Marine will be able to take out the Ling, of course, and the Ling does go down. So Hyper's going to be able to take the tower here. Just see any kind of attack maybe incoming, so you can prepare as best as you can, pre-pull SCVs and so on. Down here is later in the game. I'd like to see, well, actually that Marine just gets cleared up by a few Lings over there. I'd like to see a Marine down here later in the game, not right now. Just later in the game, just to see any attacks coming into the third, etc. Double engineering bay coming down. Third and fourth gases are down as well for the Terran player, so he's going to drop his starport right now. He's going to be able to go up for his reactor as well. And a lot of Lings have Poseidon, so he's playing very Ling heavy style. His lair has finished up, he's getting a Bayonet nest down too. Are we going to see Mutilus? Because it's probably not going to be Mutilus, because I guess he still could throw it down. He's got 400 gas. He can throw down the spy right now, but he's kind of not getting these 5th and 4th gas guys. He's not getting his 5th and 6th gas guys either. It's kind of interesting to see what's up. A lot of lings kind of coming out right now, which is actually hurting Poseidon a lot. I mean, if you look at his vision, he's seen... No, he hasn't seen the 3rd base. Wow. Did he really not see that? Or did he not just see it when it's fine? I don't know. So, Poseidon, he's kind of like... He's made too many lings for an attack that's never actually going to come. What he could do is try and put some kind of pressure on with it. There's no way this third should be able to land when there's this many lings out on the map. And this few Terran units, if you look at the supply, Zerg's doubling the army supply, so... Yeah. Yeah, pull up your pouches, exactly, 40 drones, what the fuck. And that's really going to hurt him as the game continues. He really needs to get this 3rd base saturated. So... The 3rd base is going to be able to land. It's going to be able to start muling that. And again, this many lings should be over there straight away to deny this. There should be no way this kind of bioforce should be able to hold that 3rd base for now. And that's kind of the advantage of what Poseidon's done. I mean, he's made way too many units. But the advantage of that is he might actually be able to deny the 3rd base for quite some time. So he's even going to get a few SCV kills with it. And the ling's going to come straight in here and just got getting us around and so on. Again, just there's nothing over here to really kill this many lings. One even isn't finished, but well, he's going to kill off so many SCVs that Wardí won't die. But again, he's going to be able to pick off these gases as well, and even making a Bane lane. Not sure about that. A lot of barracks coming down. Armory has finished up. The 2-2 needs to start up. It's a little bit late already. The guys in the observers were talking about the armory being late, and still not starting out, really hurting him here. A lot more lings continue to come out, so Poseidon going to keep up this heavy ling aggression. But still only 47 drones. Now, he did pick off a few drones. He picked off 9 SCVs. So, picking off the 9 SCVs is nice, but again, he's still behind. He really needs to drone up. Being stuck on 40 was a little bit bad. So, Hyper here just sitting defensively with his tank, and he's going to stim over here and see what's up. Few Banelins are out, and this is a very ling heavy style, of course. Infestors are on the way. No 2-2 yet from our Zipper, so he's getting his Zippers a little bit here. And in fact now, Poseidon here is going to be able to get in, and yeah, huge surround. Banelins going off on pretty much everything, and Lings are going to be able to stream it, and then tanks are going to go down as well. And this will get cleared up. Another tank will get killed by them Banelins, and the wall just get busted. But again, does it really matter? Well, kind of. The Zerg's kind of up at 70 drones now. Hyper's not, so that could have just been completely saved by sitting behind here. He didn't need to take the 3rd base, quite simply because his opponent had made so many units, and if he'd been able to see that, then sure, but of course that's pretty damn hard to see because Zerg's pretty damn stupid and God knows what. So, Ling's going to start running down to the kind of bottom side of the map again. Some Lings running over the top side too. They're going to just run into the main here, and actually there's too many units here now, and these Lings are all just going to die for absolutely nothing, and yeah, that was a little bit of a mistake there. Hyper still again is 2-2 here, which is absolutely huge. I mean, you could have 2-2 finished by now, you could have 3-3 on the way. Finally going to get his 5th baseman, which isn't bad. I mean, the Zerg player's been so far behind so long. Look at resources lost, the Zerg's lost a lot more and had so few, and had much fewer SCVs for so long, so... Hyper, just sitting again with this army. These Lings going to start running in, and he's going to be able to kill off a few more Lings. Again, the more Lings he kills now, the better, because that's just more Lings that has to be remade for... And it's pretty much just 3 Lings, so that's always great. The 4th base is on the way up for the Zerg player too. A lot of racks up, double tank production is available too, which is going to help against the kind of heavy Banelin style, or at least the Banelins, which are trying to be played by Poseidon. Ling's running into the 3rd base once again. Again, that's why I like to see the Marine over there. Just see this kind of stuff soon. But Hyper's starting up a wall over here, so he's going to be able to clean it up. That kind of thing's not going to be able to last for too much longer. That's not going to be around for too long. These Ling's going to get cleaned up pretty much pretty easily. Tank hiding in the corner there, but was that Banelins running in there? Did he just like Banelin that shit? I don't even know. Just missed it. God damn it. Hyper has a huge army though, and he's going to be able to make a huge push. And you know, there's a lot of infestors out there, so he could maybe be able to. He should be able to hold on for a little while. He's making more and more banners. It's going to come down to engagement as it always does in TVZ. If the Terran fucks up, then yeah, sure, he's going to be. The Zerg's probably going to win this. If the Terran doesn't fuck up, Terran's probably going to win, just because of how much of a lead he's got. Positioning over here, sieging up, getting defensive. He's pretty much secured at his third base. Just needs a fourth command center though. That's a little bit late now. Could have been started a couple of minutes ago maybe or so. Again, not the end of the world at all. I hate to criticize too much. As Poseidon actually finds out that this place is walled off, he's like, well, what do I do now? Well, again, your infestors all attacked by tanks probably isn't the best of starts. So we're going to bust down there. Hyper going to find himself a little bit of supply box. Ling's now going to run in, and Poseidon, quite frankly, just has so much. The infestors coming in now, but the tanks have been target fighting them down. Bane's starting to roll into the rest of it. Hyper continuing to maintain a 30 supply lead. These infestors can be taken down here, and here comes the Stim and Marines in. And yeah, there's not much health left on them infestors at all. Sick drop, apparently, as we watch this whole fight, and there is the drop coming in. Loads of Marines, they're going to be able to do so much damage, and being able to clean up this army while having that drop over there is absolutely huge, of course, because it means that pretty much just got a huge army lead, and so much damage is going to go over here. Macro Hatch going down the bin, that's going to go down the infestation pit, going to go down as well. 3-3 on the way for both players while these engagements do go on, but this drop is just absolutely huge. Just doing so much damage. I mean, it's not really being controlled that well right now. Loads of Lings about to pop out, might finish it off. Spy is going to go down to delay the Brood Lords, which probably was a better choice than getting through the infestation pit. But these Marines still even cleaning up these Lings that popped out. And again, if he pays attention to this, probably will, not now, too many Lings, but going to be able to pick up and just go all the way back home. Again, a huge army ready for him to go fourth base, morphing into an orbital. Would be great. But just in general, Hyper maintaining a huge lead here, doubling the supply of his opponent, and Hyper running in with a couple more medevacs. A couple of Lings down the bottom, going to run it into the third base. They're going to get taken out pretty quickly here. I think it would be fair to say, as long as, well, if them Marines actually went to the right position. So they're going to get a little bit downstream. So Poseidon constantly trying to go for these run bys and so on, but again, he's just so far behind at the start of the game. And the engagement wasn't the engagement that I needed. He didn't get any of them money fungals that everyone talks and screams about every fucking game, because Terrans are so bad as to not be able to split. Hyper taking this base to the bottom right, not too sure about that. Feeling like it could be in the middle. I mean, if it's in the middle, it's just like his army's there, tanks are there. Especially when it's not a planetary, as an orbital. So, a little bit of an interesting choice there, in my opinion. But a lot of tanks over here, just after spending. This drop is over here, and looks like it's going to continue dropping down once again. Apparently, achievement service has been restored. So Poseidon, he's got a lot of Lings still. He's going to try and clean up this drop. But again, the huge maxed out army from Hyper should just be more than enough. Pulls his army from over here and just goes for it, he should be fine. Huge Ling run by, looks like it's going to come in, but that's just going to absolutely melt and be massacred. Well, the Lings were 3-3, and that's like the only good thing I have to say about that fight, and the Terran was 2-2. Mainly because the Terran never made 2-2 for so long, you know, he's like, well, 2-2, I could get 2-2, I could just not get 2-2. 2-2 is a cool thing not to have. Like, I'm awesome, I don't need 2-2. Hyper with 3-3 should be able to just push. He can just do pretty much any damage. This drop's still doing a little bit of damage here. Gets cleaned up pretty nicely. And is there even infestors out on the map? Nope, they all got killed off. So Hyper can just stim and A move and wins the game, as pretty much everyone in your observer chat is saying. Pretty much all these units are going to start getting taken down, and what is it to say? Hyper's got a bigger army. He just played this game out better. He had such a huge economy lead in the early game that there's just no way that Poseidon could have really came back. Poseidon, you know, he did nice things with the Lings, but again, he just never made use of them as he really could have. I mean, there's a point where he did a nice little bit of damage onto his opponent's base, but then even after that, he just never really had enough, right? He just didn't have the tech. He got some infestors out, but that wasn't really enough either. This base looks like it nearly went down, but it wasn't quite enough either. And again, just Hyper just playing around now, just finding the best way to break his opponent. Stimming now up into the natural. Gonna get surrounded by a lot of Lings and Bins coming in as well, but that's not really gonna matter either. And basically, as this gets cleared out, Hyper's going to find himself, well, them tanks might get killed. He's going to drop the Marines off in the back, but here comes the reinforcements. Spain goes off on a lot of them. Stim and Poseidon going to find himself having to tap out here in just a few seconds, so Poseidon just like actually make drones. That'll help. Like, drones good. In general, it wasn't too bad. I mean, Infestors could have been controlled a bit better, but in general, that fight was kind of fucked up anyway. It wasn't the best fight. They used a lot of banelings on busting the wall and never really did anything on them. Stuff like that, so an unfortunate game for Poseidon. Banelings trying to roll in here still. Hyper just going to be able to take the victory, and they're just going to be able to kill off everything else. The hatchery is going to go down at the natural, and the units are just strewn across the map all over the play. Hyper knows that his opponent, his friend, doesn't like leaves the game. It's quite funny. I feel like the analysis is more or less done throughout, or at least I feel like I said pretty much everything, you know. Drones are actually pretty good in TVZ, stuff like that, so. Got one more